It seems like everyone and their mom has a podcast these days, but I can guarantee you that nobody has a podcast like this one. So I am excited to announce the launch of the Unreal podcast, and as the name hints, all of the people that are in this podcast are not real. They are AI generated, and one of them is based on me. I uploaded a photo of myself and a voice sample, and I am now an AI host of a podcast, and I could not be more excited to share this with you guys today. Now, I'm sorry, I have to make this really clear because this is actually insane. AI generated the set. AI generated the avatars. AI spoke the words that are in the episode, and AI even wrote the script of the whole episode in just a few clicks. All I did was give it a prompt to work with, and it generated the whole entire conversation. So now I want you to imagine having a podcast that takes basically zero effort to create, that is building your audience and even generating sponsorships for you pretty much on autopilot. I know this sounds crazy, but it's actually possible, and I'm gonna show you how to do it in this video. So I know you have some questions, like does it sound real enough? Does the conversation flow? Is the script even good? You can be the judge of all that because I'm about to show you a clip from my first episode, which is now available on Spotify and YouTube. And in this episode, the avatars are addressing the elephant in the room, which is that it is an AI generated podcast, and it's going to be answering all those questions for you. And then after I show you the clip, I'm going to show you exactly the steps that I took to generate this episode in less than 5 minutes. All right, so roll the clip.
Welcome to today's episode, where we're diving into an intriguing topic: AI avatars hosting podcasts. Could this be the next big trend in the podcast world?
It's fascinating to think about, isn't it? I mean, AI avatars could bring something fresh to the table. But are they realistic enough to hold a listener's attention like human hosts do?
That's a great question. With advancements in AI, avatars can mimic human-like interactions fairly well. But there's still something unique about a human touch, right?
Absolutely. Humans bring emotion and spontaneity, which can be hard for AI to replicate. However, AI can offer consistency and maybe even some novelty in style.
True, and imagine the possibilities for brands. Could AI-hosted podcasts attract sponsorships just like those hosted by humans?
I think they could, especially if they attract a large audience. Brands are always looking for unique platforms to reach potential customers.
Speaking of audience, do you think people would actually tune in to listen to AI avatars instead of human hosts?
I believe there's a curious segment out there willing to give it a shot, especially those interested in tech innovations and AI.
There's certainly a novelty aspect to it, but would the conversation feel natural and engaging enough to sustain long-term interest?
That's the challenge. Ensuring the dialogue flows naturally and keeps the listener engaged is crucial. AI needs to evolve further for that.
And on the technical side, AI can handle data analysis and feedback seamlessly, potentially enhancing the podcast's quality over time.
Right? They could adapt to listener preferences quickly, offering personalized content. But would that be enough to replace human creativity?
That's a tough call. Human creativity is hard to mimic, but AI could complement it by providing insights and data-driven suggestions.
Ultimately, it might be about finding a balance between human and AI elements. Perhaps a hybrid model could work well.
That could be an exciting direction. AI provides efficiency, while humans ensure emotional connection.
As we explore this, the future of podcasting seems full of possibilities. I wonder how many listeners are open to this change.
It could redefine the industry. But as always, time will tell how audiences respond to AI hosts.
Indeed. Until then, it's a space worth watching closely. Thanks for tuning in today.
Until next time, keep pondering the future of podcasts.
Okay, so I can say that the avatar that's based on me does not look or sound exactly like me, but it does kind of a good job of sounding like me, and the picture is just what it is. I was able to select from some different options, and that was the one that I felt looked best at the moment, but I can say that I am really impressed by the AI script writing and the flow of the conversation. As you saw with the prompt, I didn't tell it what to say or like what angles to take. I didn't tell it to sound natural. It just kind of knows to do all of that. This algorithm to write these scripts is made to make it sound like a podcast, like a conversation. So you can even enter a link to a product or a link to your website, and it will build a whole conversation just based on what is on the page. And I've tried it before, and that also works pretty well. Okay, so now let me show you how easy it was to generate this episode in just a few clicks. First, sign up for Jog AI, and you can get started using their free plan using the link in the description below. So after you create your account with Jog AI, you're going to be on the homepage, and it looks like this, and then you can just click right here to create your very own AI video podcast. And here you can choose between entering the URL of a website, uploading a PDF document with the information you want to talk about, or entering any kind of text. It can be short text or long text, it doesn't really matter. Just give it something to work with and it will completely write the conversation based on whatever you enter. I've done pages of my websites before, I've tested PDFs, and now I'm just going to give it a very direct prompt. I'm going to write podcast starring AI avatars as the host. Could this be the next big thing in the podcast world? Are they realistic enough? Would the conversation flow? Could they get sponsored by brands as human podcasts do? Would people actually listen? Let's talk about it. So now I'm going to click next. And if you're new to this platform, you're going to see that they have already created some different demos that you can start playing with and see automatically generated. But I'm going to click here where it says create new avatar for podcast. And then it's going to let me upload the pictures of the two hosts or guests that I want to have. So I've uploaded this photo of myself and I've chosen my own voice, which was already saved with a voice sample. And then I selected this from the default avatars that were available here. I could have also chosen this guy or this girl, but I decided to go with this one. And of the options for the theme, you can choose a TV studio, living room, office, terrace, art gallery, library, mountain lodge, courtyard, cafe, or hotel lobby. I'm gonna go with living room to give it like a really hopefully casual look and see what happens. Now I'm gonna click generate preview and it's going to give me a series of images to choose from for the look of the podcast. Okay, so here are the 8 options that it gave me. I'm already liking option number 1. I think that like kind of looks like me. None of them accurately look like me, just to be honest. But number 1 and whatever this is, number 7, do like the best job, I would guess. Or this one seems to look the same, but I like the lighting on him and his casual outfit and this one better. So I'm gonna generate this one, and if I wanted to generate more, then I could go ahead and generate more without it costing me extra tokens. So once it's done being generated, it's gonna appear over here in the options, and then I can just click on that. Make sure to click yes or no for subtitles. I'm gonna click no, and then click submit to have your video created. So it says video generation has started, and it's going to appear down here when it's done.
To today's episode, where we're diving into an intriguing topic.
All right, so that is how easy it is for you to create your own podcast in 2025. This is actually crazy technology, and in case you haven't caught on by now, yes, this is an April Fool's Day joke. I'm obviously going to leave this video up so that it's going to be showing on days that are not April Fool's Day, but this is completely a joke, and I'm not actually going to be doing this podcast or publishing it on Spotify. So if you want to leave a comment, don't spoil the joke in the comments, but you can just write in the comments whether or not you would listen to a podcast that was completely generated using AI avatars if the conversation was interesting enough. I really want to know your guys' thoughts on this and see if this is the future of podcasting. All right, well, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if I had you going or if you just find this interesting, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more on AI videos, because that's what I'm talking about these days. So I look forward to seeing you in my next one. Bye!